Hi everybody, I'm Gwen and welcome to At Home with Gigi. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I am so excited to be back finally, yay, with a brand new video, and I can't wait to share with you these cottage core, shabby chic, spring and Easter DIYs, and I hope that you love them as much as I do. Now let's get started. We're going to be using this sign from the Dollar Tree, and I've already just painted it. I believe it was with Waverly chalk paint and plaster. And we're also going to be using these window clings from the Dollar Tree. And guys, these are things I picked up last year. So I'm not sure if they're going to have these window clings this year. I have not seen any window clings at my Dollar Tree the couple of times I've been there lately. But isn't this little bunny rabbit just gorgeous? I love working with window clings. Y'all know that. And I love this. And I'm just going to go around and just trim off all that excess plastic just to make it blend in just a little better. I'm just going to put down a really good layer of Mod Podge. And as I've said earlier, I love to work with window clings. They are very forgiving, and as you'll see here in just a second, I kind of drop the bunny and I don't get my placement exactly right, but you can just lift it up and reposition it, and that's not as easy to do that with napkins or tissue, and y'all have all seen me work with both of those, and I love those. But window clings, you can just reposition them, and I love it. I have a confession to make. I started this project at the end of spring last year and just did not get a chance to finish it. So you're going to see how well these window clings hold up over this last year. And this is before I learned the little trick of using saran wrap, which y'all know I love. So I'm using my fingers to press out any of the excess Mod Podge and just smooth it out. I'm just going to go over the top of the bunny again with another layer of Mod Podge just to seal everything in, keep it in place, and also to help take down some of that shininess where it won't look quite so plasticky. And I lost some of the footage, guys, over the last year, so I'm not sure what happened, but I'm just using some more of the flowers from the window cling and just adding those in. I went around and cut off all the excess plastic with these as well. And I'm also going to add in the words Easter blessing, and I just cut out or rather trimmed off the excess plastic and those flowers that was surrounding the words. Then I'm just adding another layer of Mod Podge over that and just going over everything again with Mod Podge just to make it look more matte and, like I said, to keep everything in place. So when I pulled it out of storage this year, it had gotten a little bit dinged up around the edges. So I'm just using my little finger sander going around and just giving it a little bit more distressed look. And y'all, look how well this held up in a year. And I had it stored outside in my storage building. I think it's amazing how well it held up. I wasn't for sure if I would be able to reuse it this year, or rather finish it, not reuse it, but finish it this year. But I think it's amazing. I wanted to use pearls for my handle, but I didn't have any the size that I was wanting to use, so I just went to a store that's local where I live and picked up a couple of these little bracelets, and I love doing that. They were less than $2 each, and I think they just worked perfectly and didn't cost very much money, and I'm just using some cotton twine that I already had on hand. I'm just adding in a little bit of hot glue under the string just to keep it in place and keep the handle from moving all around. And I'm not sure, I guess I cut out the footage of trimming down the string, and I just trimmed it down, tied it off into a knot, and just adding a little more hot glue there just to make sure that the knot doesn't come unraveled and keep everything in place. I just made a simple little bow with some ribbon from the Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby. And now the ribbon from Hobby Lobby, they do have it again this year. I've seen it, but I've had this for a year or two in my stash. And just popping in that little felt rose from the Dollar Tree to cover up the pipe cleaner, and then I just wanted to add in a couple of little sprigs of lamb's ear just to give it a little extra bump. And y'all, that's it. It is just such an adorable little sign, and I love it. And I am just absolutely amazed that these window clings held up so well in a year that was stored outside in my shed. But tell me what you think down below. Y'all, these cute little rain boots came from Hobby Lobby, and I picked these up last spring when they had all their spring items like 60% off, and just been hanging on to them. You know how we do, until the perfect time came along. And this color paint that I'm using, I actually mixed it together. I used Rust-Oleum white linen chalk paint, and then I took apple barrel holly branch, and I just kept mixing it together until I got the color that was in my mind. I was able to recreate it. And I love this color, it's so pretty. But one little thing, I should have sanded the boots down just a bit before I started painting, because you can see they're a little bit shiny and it had some type of coating on it, and at first the paint just did not want to adhere. So I ended up giving it 2 good coats of this paint. I let my boots dry just a little bit, but not completely, and then I just went in with a dampened Q-tip, and then I just went over each of the little polka dots just to remove that excess paint, and because I am going to go in and paint them a different color. And then they had like little crevices around the dots, so I just went in with a toothpick and just used that to remove that paint. And I'm just using Waverly chalk paint in the color Ballet, and I'm just going to paint in each of the little polka dots. Y'all, I am so happy to be back and making videos. I have missed y'all. I have missed making videos. And thank you to all my well-wishers and people that sent prayers my way. I'm feeling much better. I will tell you this. Take the time to take care of yourself. Take care of your health, or it will come back and bite you in the rear. It will make you take the time. But anyway, all jokes aside, thank you all for all your support, and thank you for continuing to watch my videos. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Welcome. I really appreciate you. And to all of my returning subscribers, I continue to thank you so much for returning and watching my videos and just all of your support. I really, really appreciate it. I'm also going to use the same color Ballet from Waverly chalk paint and just do the tips of the rain boots, and then also I'm going to do the little back where you can see that little indentation, and then there's like a stripe up the back of the rain boots. I'm going to do that in Ballet as well. And after I let it dry, I did go back and give it a second coat because I just wanted to make sure this pink was going to pop against this green. And y'all, I'm in love with these. I love these colors together for spring. They're just so soft and romantic and just sweet. So the other day I was talking to one of my granddaughters, Anna, and if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know that I have 12 grandchildren, 6 boys, 6 girls. So Anna was talking to me and she said, Gigi, when are you going to make a new video? And she said, and when you do, can you give us a shout out, meaning her and her brother and sisters? So I said, absolutely. So Anna, Connor, Peyton, Audrey, and baby Willow, here's your shout out from Gigi. I love y'all so much, and we will talk with y'all soon. They don't live near us. They live in another state, so we FaceTime them, and we get to take turns with each of them, including their baby sister who just turned a year old. And it is so much fun, and hopefully we will get to go home soon and have a big visit with them. I just cut down some floral foam and added it to the inside of the boots. Now the greenery that I'm using is what I already had on hand. I didn't have to buy anything for my greenery, so you can pretty much use whatever you might have on hand. So I'm just using a variety of lamb's ear. I believe I have some boxwood. I know those came from Walmart last year, and I had a few other things that's just like bits and pieces that were left over from projects. And that's what I used, guys. So you can make this however you want. Use whatever greenery you might have on here. You don't have to go out and buy anything specific. For our flowers, we're going to be using these gorgeous tulips, and these came from Amazon. I got those last year, but I am going to remove the leaves on them. I just did not care for them, to be honest, and they just did not blend in well with my flowers, or my greenery rather. And I'm just removing that, snipping down the stem some, and then just placing them in my arrangement. Now, these are so pretty, but I didn't have quite enough. Like I said, I got these last year, and what I had left over. So I was in Target in January, I think it was, and I picked up some tulips from there, and they were the real touch, and they were so pretty, guys. I could not believe it. And these are the ones from Target right here, the two solid pink ones, and they were in the dollar spot, and I could not believe it. I am kicking myself for not getting more. And I did get one other color, but I did not get more of this pink, and I really wish that I had it. I thought they were so gorgeous. I just made a couple of bunny ears out of this pit berry, and I just shaped them in the shape of a bunny ear, wrapped them around some floral wire, and I'm just going to insert them in the back of my arrangement. I'm so very sorry. I am so out of frame here. I'll give you a better view in just a couple of minutes. But this came from Hobby Lobby or Michael's a couple of years ago. I've had it for quite a while. And again, for this project, I used most everything I already had on hand. And it had a little bit of a hole in it, so I said, we need a little bunny. It's Easter, let's add a bunny. And I just popped this off the front of the sign from the Dollar Tree and just adding some hot glue to the back. And I'm just going to place this strip of masking tape down over the floral wire, and it'll help keep it in place and just give it a little more stability. And I just made a sweet little bow from this ribbon. Guys, it either came from Walmart or Dollar Tree. Y'all know that's where I go all the time. And then this little tiny flower came from the Walmart section where they have all their sewing crafts and things like that. And I just popped that right in the center of the little bow. And I think it is just so adorable, and it's just the extra little something that this little arrangement needed. And I think it's just so perfect for Easter and spring and just that soft, romantic cottage look. I really do just love these colors. So I was in Dollar Tree recently, and I picked up both of these signs, and I was like, what can I do with these? So I decided to go ahead and combine them. And I think you're going to love how it turns out. I think it's just super cute. But I'm going to begin by giving the welcome sign 2 coats of Rust-Oleum white linen. I didn't have the color that I wanted to use for the leaves, so I just used some apple barrel paint from Walmart and just mixed together, I believe it was holly branch, and then just plain old white, and just mixed them together until I got the color that I was looking for. For the little pitchfork that's on here, I'm just going to use Yellow Flame from Apple Barrel. I'm going to use that same color paint the boot as well. Y'all know I always tell you, you can take any project and turn it into your own. Use whatever colors that you want. You can just leave it all white or just leave it the natural color if you like, but I just wanted to make it bright and colorful and cheerful for spring. You'll see in just a moment, whenever I glue this welcome sign to the brown sign, that I have painted the little flower pot brown. I end up changing that in a few minutes, and you'll see what I do, because once I glued it to this background, it was just way too much brown going on. But to glue it, I used a combination of my favorite Gorilla Gel glue and then just a little bit of hot glue to give it some immediate hold. As you can see here, when I'm placing this welcome sign with the brown background of the other little sign and then the pot, to me it just gave it more of a southwestern appearance, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm going for a bright, springy, fun color. So I decided to go in and repaint it. So I just painted over the brown with Rust-Oleum white linen, let that dry, and now I'm just going in with some Ballet from Waverly chalk paint. I decided I wanted to add in some polka dots to my boots, the flower pot, and the pitchforks. I'm just using the tip of one of my paint brushes, and this is, what is this? Rust-Oleum white linen. I just put it in a smaller container. I'm so messy with my paint and pouring it, but anyway, just doing that. I'm tapping it off a little bit before I add the polka dots. In some spots I probably should have tapped off a little bit more paint because some of them bubbled just a little bit, but this is for me, so I'm okay with that. But if you're making this for somebody else or to sell, then I would probably be a little more careful and tap off just a little bit more of that excess paint. I'm going to use these little wooden eggs from the Dollar Tree for my petals because we're going to make a flower for the sign. And the color that I'm painting them here, I just mixed together holly branch and white from apple barrel. And after they dried, they were just too dark. So I went in and mixed up some more paint, and I painted them a color that was similar to the plant that I painted, and I much prefer that. And now I'm just using Cameo from Apple Barrel, and I'm going to paint one more of the Easter eggs, wooden eggs, what do you want to call them, the Cameo, and then I'm also going to paint one Cloudless, and these paints are from Apple Barrel. These little rabbits are also from the Dollar Tree. You can get these in the little packets as well. Again, I think it's like 8 or 10, and I'm just giving 2 of them a coat of the Rust-Oleum and white linen. I just let everything dry, and then I'm just using some hot glue to attach them to the side, and I think they're just so cute, and just added just the perfect amount of embellishment. Just made it look like it's ready for Easter and spring. aren't these little petals, or the little eggs that made to look like petals, aren't they just adorable? I thought they were so cute. And I'm just using these little felt roses that also came from the Dollar Tree and just pop them right in the center. I wasn't for sure that I wanted to add beads to my sign, but after I got to looking at it, I was like, it just needs a little bit of something else. So these beads I've had on hand for a very long time. They came from Amazon. I'll try to link some similar below. I just put them in a bag with a little bit of Rust-Oleum white linen chalk paint and a little bit of water, squished it around, and then just wiped them off and then just let them dry. I just made a little bow. I felt that this corner needed something as well, couldn't leave it out. But I believe the ribbon, the pink ribbon, came from the Dollar Tree. I believe it may have been Walmart, but I think Dollar Tree, I've had it so long. But the lace ribbon, that came from Amazon, and I will link that down below. I'm just going to pop another one of these little bunnies right in the center to cover up that pipe cleaner. And I also wanted to add just a little bit of something else to my white bunnies, and I'm just going to use one of these little satin flowers. And you can get these at Walmart back there in their sewing section. You see the bag laying there on the table. I think I paid $1.97 for all those little bows. And I thought it was just the extra little touch that it needed. And y'all, I really like how this turned out. When I first started, I wasn't exactly sure where I was going with this project, but I think it has just turned out absolutely adorable. But you're going to have to let me know your thoughts. Drop them down below in the comments for me. I hope you'll comment down below and let me know what you think. Thank y'all so much for being here. I truly appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.